Voice of Chester. CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
CMPRadio.net. It's the station. Listen, man, let's cultivate together. Bring us all your show ideas. Content creators, we're looking for that. Videographers, we're looking for that. You can be a part of the next great big thing that takes place right here in Chester, Pennsylvania. Let's cultivate together, man.
Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems, so dream on. Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems, so keep going. You only get one life to live. You only get one life, one life. You only get one life to live. You only get one life, one life. The bird is back, the bird is back. You might have never heard of that. Harrisburg's finest, 717, shout out to my birthplace. Experience life scenarios, the worst case. Homicides, broken homes, drug addiction. This is what we...
Good morning. What's going on, City of Chester? How we doing today? Welcome. This is Week Strong on CMP Radio, and I'm your host, Born Leader. How we doing? I got my son with me today, Ben Jr. Say what's up, Ben Jr.
Hey, what's going on with everybody?
No doubt. Oh, man. What's the deal, man? We back at it again. Once again, this is Week Strong, and I'm Born Leader. Man, it's hot. It's hot, y'all. It's hot. What we doing today? You know what I'm saying?
What we doing today? We going to the pool or what?
What we doing today, man? On a serious note, man, make sure y'all stay hydrated, man. Stay hydrated. It's hot, humid, different things of that nature, man. So make sure y'all take care of yourselves, right? You know what I mean? Like, health is wealth, as they say. Health is wealth. Take care of yourself. Put good things into your body, man. Drink some water today. Put that soda down. You know what I mean? Put that soda down for the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't no physician. I ain't no doctor, so I ain't gonna be sitting up here boom. But at the same time, you know what I mean? I do got a little bit of experience, you know what I mean, with putting bad things in my body, right? That of course, will produce not so good things, you know what I mean? So you got to put good things in. Take care of yourself. Drink some water, something with electrolytes in that thing, man. But anyway, my little spill. Now, what's going on with y'all? This is CMP Radio. CMP, the voice of Chester, cultivating mature positivity, constantly making progress. Changing media's perspective. Chester made products. What's up, city? What's up, C City? We love our city. Man. And listen, we don't care. I don't care what's going on in the city, right?
Right.
And I don't even know all the things or everything, right? But I'm just saying, there's a narrative, you know what I mean? Like, it's certain narratives that you hear about where you grow up. It's certain narratives people say about the inner city or Chester, whatever like that, right?
Yeah, you hear all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like so many people got stuff to say about it, but it's just like, you know, what are you doing about it? You feel me? It's like people be quick to point out different things, but if you ain't ready to jump into the fire, jump into the fire and jump into the mix to do whatever needs to be done to make it better, then I don't even know. I don't even know what people be talking for. And sometimes it be people that's like, that's not even from, it's not even from here. They just hear things. You know what I mean?
They hear things, and then all of a sudden, like, you hear them talk, sorry, y'all, talking about
You're
it.
good.
It's like, yo, like, just as this, just as that,
Right.
Went to school a lot, the vocational school.
Yeah.
They was asking me, oh, what city am I from, and like what school district I go to. So I was like, oh yeah, so the Chester up in school district, Chester High, STEM Academy, them places and everything.
Right.
And they like, oh, you came from there? I'm like, oh, well, some people, I heard some people like, well, I'm glad you're still here. Like, I'm glad you're still here and living and everything.
Wow.
I'm like, really, bruh?
Wow.
I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. It's kind of, you got to take the good with the bad, right? You know what I mean? Because on one hand, you understand, like, you get why people do that. You know what I mean? If all you hear is this and, well, we got to understand though too, it's different, like powers that be that push and promote the bad news though too. Like, it's like different outlets and media outlets. It's like, they all want to hear the bad news, because it sparks interest and it sparks like feeling, it's like, and then you push that and promote that, all that propaganda and all that negativity. It's like, it's like literally people promote negativity. Right? Like they talk about it, they promote it. There's a narrative out there. But then it's like when different things happen, they be like, oh, I can't believe that happened. You know what I mean? It's like, you the one pushing it. Like, you the one pushing it. And listen, you could be pushing something even by not saying nothing. Like, that's pushing negativity, because some people be like, oh, I ain't the one out here killing. I ain't the one out here gangbanging. I ain't the one out here, so it's them. But if you're sitting there silent and ain't really doing much, then hey man, come on. You don't need to be talking.
Like, then what is you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
so that's
you're only talking. Like, you're not helping like anything. You're not like protesting or anything like that. You're just not doing anything. You're just talking bad about it. You're not coming and doing something. And that gave me a little mindset too right there. We did stuff for our city, but like protesting and everything, and helping our city, helping our community. But like, we don't really do it like that. It's really like other cities and like other places that be coming here just to help us. Like, we should be helping our own city, just like how they help their own city. So like, for example,
right.
Like, I love the Andrew L. Hicks Foundation, but like, they're really
shout out to the Andrew L. Hicks Foundation too. They do a lot of great programs in the city, and great different things. So shout out to them, major.
Exactly. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Been in y'all program since I was in 4th grade. So but yeah, like, they're amazing. But like, when they come from Westchester though, they came from Westchester, just to help Chester out and everything. And like that's amazing. That's beautiful. But like, what are we doing our own selves here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that gave me like a clue there.
Yeah, that's good. No, that's a great idea right there though too. And I think we talked about that before though too. Yeah. But anyway, man, it's good. It's good to be here. It's good to be here, man. This is Week Strong. This is just, me kind of, giving you guys something on my mind, right? Something for me, something on my mind. And as you can see, the topic there, he finds you, right? He finds you. And he finds you. And that's really, that's what I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about it today. And it's very, very powerful. It's very, very powerful. And we're going to get into it momentarily. But first, man, I got my son on here, like I said, and he wants to do something, first before we kind of dive in. And let me just set it up and explain. Hold on. So before we do that, because I almost forgot. We're gonna come to you, but before we do that, I want to shout out my little sister first. I want to shout out my little sister Irisha.
Skin of Wisdom.
Skin of Wisdom. I mean, she has her own business, her own brand, and it's called Skin of Wisdom. And what it is, she makes, and it's all handmade though too. She makes like these all natural products, like all natural, vegan, healthy products, it's which includes like whipped butters, beer oils, different other lotions and different things like that, man. And she's doing her thing. She's doing her thing with it though too. It's called Skin of Wisdom. Make sure you visit skinofwisdom.com to check out her store. She got like an online store set up so you can get everything right from the store. But at skinofwisdom.com. But like I said, all natural, like kind of like, health and beauty products, handmade, handcrafted, natural ingredients, healthy ingredients for our skin, right? For our skin, different things of that nature. So if you do want to just support her, that would be, I'm just really amazed just to see her, like it sees, when I was checking her out, the other day on Instagram. I'm like, man, little sister's moving. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like she be moving, and it's like, more people are starting to see her. She get more out there. And so make sure you visit skinofwisdom.com. And once again, shout out my baby sis, Irisha. I love you. We love you. And, and keep on expanding. Keep expanding, keep growing your brand and different things and business and different things that you're doing. I love it. Yeah. And so anyway, so my son wants to do something real quick, and he's going to do that, and then we're going to dive into He Finds You. Let me set it up. So last time we was on here a couple weeks ago, or last week when we doing the podcast, my son was on here. He was on the podcast last week on Monday, holds the whole podcast, and this boy started falling asleep. You know what I mean? Like this boy started falling asleep on the air, man. And like we was talking at first, and like he was talking at first, and he was good when he was talking. But then like when the conversation shifted to me talking, and I was like going into the topic, he started falling asleep, man. I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, talk to him about it. I'm like, yo, son, man, you can't do that, man. You can't be like, boom, boom, boom. So anyway, he wanted to just, say it on here and, to say something on here, to apologize, different things like that. So I'm going to let him take the floor for a second and let him do his thing.
Yeah. So y'all know I was on the podcast last week and everything, and I apologize for sleeping on there. And my dad did get on me like right after the show and everything, saying like, yo, you can't do that, what you doing and all that, what you didn't get enough sleep or something like that, yo. So like, it was very important, like, just to get more sleep and everything, and also just stay awake, and even if you are tired, just sometimes just push through. But that was my fault though. I'm sorry, yo. It's my fault that I didn't get enough sleep. But also I didn't know I was gonna be on CMP. but you know you have to expect the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? So you need to do that. But yeah, please don't fall asleep on the show. Like if you're ever on the show or
Don't fall asleep on the air,
something.
man. Like, come on. Like, how you gonna do that to me, bro? No, I'm just playing. Hey, man, listen, a life lesson. That's all it is, man. You know, it's just he's young. He's 16. You know what I mean? You know, I just had to get on him about it a little bit. But you know, it's life. It's life. And I think, you know, like for real, that's one of the things that I try to push is like when you do, life is all about messing up. You know what I mean? Like life is all about messing up. Life is all about not getting it right. You know, it's like we make, it's like, you know, there's a faction or just like a, you know, kind of like a certain percentage of people out there that's, you know, that's always, you know, don't make mistakes and you got to do this, and you got to do that. It's it's like, bro, you're going to make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like you're going to make mistakes. It's going to be, you know, it's mountain moments, right? And it's valley moments, you know, it's valley moments, it's low moments, and it's high moments, it's ups and it's down, you know, it's successes and wins, you know, and failures. So, you know, you know, losing and failing is a part of life, right? You know,
it is
like
because that's how you move on.
It's a part of life, and it's all a part of the plan. And I think like with everything that I do and everything that I try to say, like, you know, from being on this show, but also on my podcast that I also do, it's like, you know, the main thing that I be saying is like the way to success, you know, the way to wholeness or the way to prosperity is like you gotta go through the pain of the losses. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta go through the pain of failures. You gotta go, like, it's all part of it. It's all part of the plan. So it's like, you know, don't beat yourself up too bad. You know, it's like, don't beat yourself up too bad. Don't condemn yourself when you do fall short. It's all a part of the plan for you to do that. And, you know, but through that failing, through that falling short, through that falling asleep, you know, it's like through falling short, losing, failures, it's like, you know, that teaches, you know, it shapes you and it molds you, you know, and prepares you for what's ahead and what's to come. So it's all just to make you better and make you greater in the long run. So, you know what I mean? It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah.
It's definitely all good. But yeah, so he finds you, man. This is powerful. So I was you know what? Let me go. No, hold on. Yeah, let me think how I want to. I'm trying to think of how I wanted to go into the conversation, because there's so many different like links to it. But oh man, so many different links to it. But I want to say, so like I was talking to my kids this morning, right? Like I was talking to y'all this morning, talking to my kids this morning, and man, like the conversation just turned a certain way, and well, let's do this. Let me go to the word. Let me go to the word first, just to set it up, the topic, and then I'm gonna tell you about just my kids, and me and Ben gonna talk for a little bit. You know, we gonna read this, and then we gonna talk for a little bit, and then we gonna just go from there. But man, he finds you. What does it mean when he finds you? Right? And so let me read this. I'm in 1 Samuel chapter 17. I'm gonna share this word, like I said, that we're gonna discuss, then we're gonna be out. Let me see. We're at 1 Samuel 17, and I'm gonna start reading at verses 31, and I'm gonna read on down, and then we just gonna go from there. So, and when the words were heard which David spoke, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him. And David said to Saul, "Let no man's heart fail because of him." Of course, talking about Goliath. "Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine." And Saul said to David, you are not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for you are but a youth, a child, and he a man of war from his youth, from his childhood. Man, that sounds like a crazy situation. And David said unto Saul, listen, your servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went out after him and killed him and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him. Your servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he have defied the armies of the Most High. That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful. So, man, let's just have a word of prayer that we going to go in. Abba, Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for this beautiful day and beautiful life. We give you thanks and praise for who you are. You alone are the Most High, Elohim. You alone are God, and beside you there is no other. I thank you for everything, past, present, and future, everything you've done in my life. Man, everything you've done in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, I thank you for everything. We ask you that you guide us today and guide us throughout this day and throughout this time of discussion and this time of just discussing the word, the truth. And we ask you that you lead us and guide us and protect us and love on us the only way you can. We love you today and every day. We thank you for your grace, your mercy, your loving kindness, and your tenderness and your faithfulness that goes from generation to generation. We thank you for manifesting that love to us through your Son, Yahusha, the Messiah. And we ask that you continue to shape us and mold us and lead us into all truth. In the name of Yah, amen. So listen, he finds you. So we were talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking, and I was talking about King David. You know what I mean? I was talking about King David to my youngest son, and I was talking to him about King David, and I was telling my son that it's time for him like to be like a little bit more like well balanced, like a little bit more well balanced in life, right? I'm like, son, you can't be too much this way or too much that way. You got to have a balance, like. And anyway, so I started talking to him about King David, and I was saying how King David was a balanced person. So you had this little shepherd boy that just kept his father's flock, right? So his father Jesse had sheep and flocks and animals, and David was the youngest, right? Right. David was the youngest child, the eighth child, right? The youngest of his father's children. And back at this time, the job of a shepherd, or somebody who kept the sheep, it was regarded as like a lowly job. Like nobody really wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, which is probably why, his father was like, oh, we'll just get David to do it. You know what I mean? Like he's the youngest, we're not going to give him no responsibility, no big things yet. He's the youngest. We'll just put David on it. Right. Mm-hmm. So kind of just like, just David, get over there and watch the sheep. Like, whoa, and whatever. And so anyway, so I'm talking to him, and it's kind of just like, we got this quiet, lowly kind of shepherd boy that nobody's really paying attention to, right? Uh-huh. Like nobody really paid attention to he was the youngest. Like, he was the baby of the family. Have you ever been in a position where you the runt of the litter, right? Oh man.
He used to run in the litter.
Yeah, like where you like you know, you're the runt of the litter. You're the baby of the family. Nobody really is looking at you or expecting. Have you ever been in a position where nobody really expected anything from you? Ah, man, this is good. This is good. This is getting good already, y'all. This is getting good. Have you ever been in a position, right, where your family or friends or people that's familiar with you, right? Ah, man, that's a key word right there too. I ain't going to unpack that yet. We might do that another time. But people that's familiar with you, have you ever been there where nobody really expected much from you? It's just you were looked at as kind of just like a fly on a wall. It's nobody. He's the baby of the family. We'll just put him on the lowliest position. We don't care. But so you got this lowly shepherd boy who's out there now. And so I'm talking to my son and I'm like, man, he's watching his father's sheep, but this lowly, nobody's paying attention to, lowly, quiet shepherd boy. But then when the lion and the bear comes, he defends and he strikes and smites and kills the lion and the bear that tried to attack the sheep. So I'm talking to my son and I'm like, you see how there was a balance there, right? Like you see how there was a balance of being like this lowly, quiet, humble, doing this lowly job, this humble kind of person, right? This meek, quiet person. But then when danger finds him, right? This is good. Ah, man. How do you respond when trouble finds you? Hey, Ben, how do you, tell me, man, like, has trouble ever found you somewhere? Like, has danger or trouble ever found you?
Yes, it has. A couple times. You want me to think of one so I can share it?
Yeah. Just share like an example where where it found you. Like you wasn't looking for it either. You weren't looking for it, but you just found yourself in a place or position of danger or trouble.
Yeah. So let me see. It happened to me a couple times, y'all. I gotta think of one. Let me just see. When I was in fourth grade, right? I was in fourth grade. Starting off Widener. That's the first time I was there. Everything. I used to get bullied by that person. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, so what happened was I was going to lunch, and then I'm just suspecting just to go and get my lunch and just eat. But the danger came, and this was the bull was doing food at me, like it was like food fighting or something like that.
Yeah.
So I would say that was the danger right there. So the danger came, and then that was the danger right there, and then
So how did you respond to that danger though? Like, was it like what came out of you? What came out of you when that danger came?
I mean, what came out of me is like, I'm like, all right, this is a food fight we're talking about. I'm like, all right, yeah, so I'm gonna get up and like throw food back at you, know what I'm saying?
So that's where I'm getting at. So when trouble found you and you was in that situation, what came out of you, your response, right? Your response is what comes out of you. That's a good definition for response, right? Like, how do you respond? How do you respond is what comes out of you. In danger, what comes out? How do you respond to that? Oh, man, that's good. But anyway, so what came out of you? So what came out of you in that situation was like, oh, it's a food fight, so I'm about to throw food back. I'm about to defend myself.
Right. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Danger came right there, so I just came back with a response with a little bit of confidence too. Like I'm like, I'm just gonna fight back. Like I'm not just gonna like let it happen, And it's only a food fight, so like it's not like it's fist to fist. It's only a food fight, so that's why I was like, like I ain't gonna just do that.
Yeah. No doubt. Nah, so that's powerful. And so, great example, by the way.
Have danger ever came to you where you were at night?
Oh, snap. You asking me the question?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, so
He
like,
done put me on the spot with a question. Can you believe that? He done put me on the spot with a question. So has danger ever found me?
where has danger ever found you, and then how was your response?
Oh, man. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people might try to say something that kind of like pump themselves up, but I was always. All right, so I'm gonna give you this example, right? You know, it's probably not the best example necessarily, but I just thought about this right here. So, when I was young, right? When I was young playing sports, I played basketball in high school.
Okay.
And we had an away game, and we were playing like this school in Philly, and the school was like really good. And we weren't that good. You know what I'm saying? Like my squad wasn't all that good. So we traveled to Philly, and we're playing this basketball team in Philly, and they're good. So, you know, even in like warm-ups, watching them in warm-ups, right? You know what I mean? Like you out there warming up on one side, you kind of look over and you see like these tall bulls that's just like, you like, yeah, this ain't going, might be a dog fight right here. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And so anyway, like, you know, the game start, and now mind you, this was I was like 15 at the time, right? So now mind you, when I was young like this, looking back on it now, I realized that it was you know, that something was wrong with me. You know what I mean? Like something was off with me even then. You know, but imagine being 15 years old and something being wrong with you and you don't really know. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what it is, or, you know, you don't know. But looking back on it now and telling the story, I'm like, yeah, something was wrong with me. But anyway, so I'm 15. We at this game, and like, you know, I'm looking at them like, yeah, this is gonna be bad. But you know, when the game start, I try to like pipe myself up a little bit. Like, come on, man. Like they my age, right? I ain't gonna be scared of them. We gonna go in here and see what happens. Yo, the game start and they crush us. I mean, like there is no me piping myself up, talking myself up, trying to like it. That didn't work. We got
give yourself energy.
Got blown off the floor. And me, like that probably was like my worst game. Like the worst game I probably like ever had in life. You know, I couldn't take the defensive pressure. You know, they were nice. They were nice and like, you know, boom, boom, boom. I was okay at the time, but like, you know, you put that defensive pressure on me, you know, I couldn't dribble, my handle was off, you know, just couldn't take the pressure. And then during the game, like these bulls was like trash talking everything. I mean, like they was talking trash and everything too. And so like the trash talk, you know what I mean? Like so imagine somebody playing like tight defense on you or something like that. And then like you lose the ball or something. All right, bam, like that hurts. That's bad enough. But then you got somebody to be like, man, this bull's a bum. Get him off the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
Got that before. Yep.
Bro. So like all that mixed together, it was like the perfect storm for me. And so what I'm saying is like that was a moment of trouble, right? That was a moment of trouble that I was in that I really didn't respond. I responded terribly. Like what came out of me at that time was fear. You know what I mean? It was fear. Like I was scared. I was messed up. You know, like I said, the trash talk on top of it just took my head right out the game. I couldn't bear it. I couldn't take it, man. And, you know, couldn't perform. You know what I mean? So I responded terribly, you know what I mean? And really that kind of response really kind of permeated me throughout my life. right? So I was never the kind of person that could respond well to like, I mean, like some people would say it differently. I don't know. But for me personally, I was never the kind of person that responded well to like trouble. For real. Like I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't there for me. I mean, you know, the people that did, you know what I mean? Like I always looked at them like they were like superheroes. Like that was like, and we're kind of getting off topic a little bit, but it's cool though. But that was one reason why I really start like, and people don't know this, but that's the reason why I really started like watching Kobe. And Kobe became like my favorite player because, you know, because if you know about Kobe, it's like, you know, he had his second and third years, you know, he was playing more and kind of shining a little bit. But when it got to the playoffs, and they was playing against the Utah Jazz, he was, you know, he kept shooting up like air balls and stuff. Right. So, you know, so you got this like this young kid who's kind of like growing a little bit, shining a little bit. But then when it comes to the pressure moments, he would like fold. And the boy shooting up air balls and like boom, boom, boom. And so, and he did it like 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? So it's like back-to-back years of just like, yo, what's this? Yo, man, like, what are you doing? Like, for real. Like, maybe you should have went to college, bruh. Like, you came here too early. What are you doing? Yeah. So, but what made me just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like not to sound crazy on here, but like not to sound crazy. But when like I fell in love with this guy. You know what I'm saying? And here's why I say that, because when he went through that situation, like the following year, he came back and you couldn't even tell that it was the same guy that went through that. And so for me, like being a young person, right? Being a young man that struggled with falling under the pressure moments, I was like, yo, how in the world, how could he do that? Like, how could he shoot up air balls, have everybody talking about him, and you ain't no Jordan. You know what I mean? Yeah, you shouldn't even boom, boom, boom. You ain't this, you ain't that. But then the next year he came back and like took over. And so I'm like, how did he do that? And so for me, that was like amazing because I was terrible at that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So anyway, yeah, but to answer your question, yeah, I responded terribly to high pressure moments. Yeah, high pressure moments responded terribly, bruh. Not at first, but like later on in life. When I was young, like, you know, we just were reading about David. When I was his age, young, you know what I mean? See, that's why it's important. That's why it's so important to you know what I mean, to start off young. See, when you young, you're not tainted. You know what I mean? You ain't tainted by this. You ain't tainted by that. You just going off of youth and just, you know, you excited and you exuberant about life. You not thinking about pressure. Like, see, when you young, you ain't thinking about pressure. When you young. Mm-hmm. When you young, you ain't thinking about pressure. But it's like, something happens when you get a little older. Something really begins to happen to you.
Right.
So like, even me, like when I was young playing sports, I was great.
Yeah, you was. Yes, you told me.
I was great when I was young. Like when I was 8, 9 playing like football, Pee Wee football, I was great. Like I was like the man. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even think about what is pressure. I'm out here having fun. What are you talking about? I don't feel no pressure. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I was moving just off of youth and like just natural instinct and natural love and talent for the game.
Yeah, and you had that. Exactly.
You know, so I was good. But then fast forward a couple years, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I started worrying about the crowd, started looking at, worrying about my girlfriend watching me, you know what I'm saying? Worrying about my friends what they gonna say if I fumble? You know what I mean? The pressure and just start overthinking and got messed up, bruh. Like my mind was done. It was going.
Thinking too many thoughts.
It was going, bruh. It was going. But anyway,
Right.
so just to kind of get back on topic a little bit. So, so I'm talking to my son though, and about being well balanced, right? And so anyway, so during the conversation, like we were talking, and then like this amazing thing happened during our conversation. We like, man, the moment we start talking about the moment, right? Mm-hmm. We start talking about the moment, and this is kind of getting into kind of the meat of this real quick, and we gotta speed it up a little bit too. But he finds you. So we talked about the moment. So there's a particular moment that destiny, right? That purpose finds you, right? Yep. And I think and most of us kind of like we're taught to kind of, I think it's taught mostly the other way. Like where it's like, okay, yeah, let me go out here and look for it. Like let me find my purpose. Let me try this, let me try that, let me do this, let me do that. And so it's kind of like we do the most, you know what I mean? Like we do the most because we're trying to like find and figure out like this moment, our purpose in life. But the truth of the matter is that moment and destiny finds you. Mm-hmm. Right? Your true identity finds you. You can't find it. You can't find it. You can't get it. It finds you. Mm-hmm. And so even in reading the story about David and Goliath, right? Just talking about that backdrop, and like, when he was watching his father's sheep, right? When he was watching it, and then that danger came, the lion and the bear came, that was the moment, right? That was just, so he didn't really realize, like, because see, sometimes you could be something but not realize, sometimes you could be something but not realize who you are, right? See, that's why it's so important. That's why it's so important to go through, right? To go through pain, to go through trials, to have those danger and trouble experience, because they show you who you are and they show you who you aren't. And in the context of David and watching his father's sheep and the lion and the bear coming to attack the sheep, I don't think David necessarily knew that he was somebody that was going to be able to kill this lion and bear. He didn't know that. As far as he was concerned, he only knew himself as this young, quiet, young shepherd boy. But when the danger came, when the moment came, it's like, I'm not going to let this go down like that. And then the true him and that warrior came out. You see, purpose is when your warrior come out. Like when your superpowers come out, that's your purpose. It's you doing something that's in you, but for whatever amount of time, you didn't know it was in you. It was already there, but you didn't know it. A situation had to present itself that produced the true you. Oh man, that's good right there. That's good. So a troubling situation produces who you are and who you aren't. So back to what I was saying about the whatchamacallit, the basketball stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Those moments produced fear for me, right? Back then. So back then, those moments produced fear. They produced me folding under the pressure, right? Because and so that was life. That was him showing me, right? That I'm not ready yet. Something is there, but you're not ready. If the moment comes and you fearful and scared of the moment, you ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody who's truly ready he seizes the moment, right? Life is all about the moment. So anyway, but so going back to what we were talking about. you know, as far as as far as like with Breon and stuff. So we talking to him, right? And then we're like, yo, oh yeah, you thought about the Sonic movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, talk about the thought that came to you during the Sonic movie, and then we gonna tie it all together, and then we gonna be out.
Yeah. So I watched the I'm not sure if y'all heard it, but I watched the Sonic the Hedgehog movie too, and that movie, you know, I'm a big Sonic fan, and you know, I like Sonic, you know, all the years of my life, but that movie was very inspiring, and also like when we was talking about, you know, David's moment and everything like that, and being strong and
Right.
everything, you know, he was talking to Brian, we both was talking to Brian about it. I was like, yeah. I was like, you know what, Dad? You know, David's moment did come. It did come because, you know, like you said, they all David's brothers and his father, they all you know, he's just a baby, and you know, can't really do nothing. But like, yeah, like once the Lions and the Bears came, you know, it's like, all right, it's time to fight. This is my moment.
Yeah. Then, and you know, something I want to interject real quick though too before you continue. Something I want to say is that is you know, now before this happened, you know, we didn't read about this, but it's important to say, before David's moment came, right? Before the moment came, we got to understand that David was already chosen. Like he was already chosen and anointed as the next king.
Oh yeah, he was already a chosen one.
Like, yeah, he was already the chosen one. He was already the chosen one. So, and that's very important to say because I want to say to you out there, right? Whoever you may be that may catch this or whatever, right? It's like whoever you may be, I want to say that whenever like we're chosen before we know we are. Right? Like, see, being selected and being chosen is like you don't come into the awareness of that until later. Now, in the story of David, you know, he was anointed by a prophet before.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he knew. You know, now I don't think he knew exactly what it meant because he was young at the time, but he knew it was something special about himself. So he was chosen already. And I just want to say that, you know, when you are chosen, your moment is going to come, right? Your moment is going to come, right? And you may not understand everything and you may have to take some losses, you know what I'm saying? But just know your moment is going to come because you were chosen for it. And because you're chosen for it, you know, life has to get you ready for the moment. And really, and that's all what life is. Like life is really all about you being prepared for the moment.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's all about. So even like, you know, it's all about you being seasoned and prepared and strengthened for the moment. So when it really does happen, when your true moment, so not the moment that you want, you know what I mean, but the moment that he wants, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The moment that he wants, right? The moment that the Most High wants. When the Most High finds you, you'll know, and you'll seize the moment because it's the perfect time, not when you want it to happen. But anyway, yeah. So we talk about the Sonic movie, and then there's a scene in the movie. There's a scene in the movie that goes hand in hand with this, and yeah. So explain that real quick, and then we're gonna be out.
All right. So what happened in that scene, y'all? So what happened is that Sonic he snuck out the house. You know what I'm saying? He snuck out the house, and in the movie it was like robbers that, you know, that try to steal money and try to run away with it, and also like trying to steal a guy's truck and everything. Cops was like, you know, after it and everything. And then Sonic was on top of the building. He's ready. He's powering up and getting ready and everything. So he he was taking care in the moment, quote unquote. But and then also the person that was, his guardian, he found out, that, he snuck out, and, he tried to fix the situation and like everything, and he was like Sonic, man. He was like, yo, Sonic, yo, like you're not doing this right. You're using your powers just for anything right now. Like, and then Sonic's like, how's it irresponsible to use my powers? Like, I stopped the robbery. They arrested the robbers. But he was like, yeah, but you destroyed like the whole city block though. Like you destroyed, like you should have let the cops handle that.
Right.
And
right.
And the greatest quote that his guardian said, you was like because first Sonic was like, yo, I could take care of myself. Then Sonic was I'm sorry, the guardian was like, Sonic. Sonic, take care of yourself is not what a hero is all about. He said it's about taking responsibilities for other people.
Yeah.
And also like, and then he said, stopping that robbery, that wasn't your moment. And then he was like, yo, you don't choose your moment. The moment chooses you.
Right.
So that was a powerful quote right there. He's like, yeah, let me say that one more time for y'all. You don't choose your moment. Your moment chooses you.
The moment chooses you. The moment chooses you. And that's basically what we're saying today. He finds you means the moment, right? The plan, the purpose for you, right? The purpose for you, the dream for your life. It finds you, right? He finds you. You can't, most of us, we and I'm definitely this was one of my things. I'm definitely guilty of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm guilty of I'm guilty of going out there and trying to do everything myself and find a moment and seize the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, even like a few years ago, you know what I'm saying? Well, more than a few, but yeah, like I thought that it was my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's my time. This is my time now. My time is now. It's me. Like, this is when it's going to happen. And it's like, no, nah, it's not. Everything happens at an appointed time. You know what I mean? Everything happens at a destined, purposeful, appointed time. Excuse me. Everything happens at an appointed time. And there's no way that, you know what I mean, that the way, you know what I mean, the way y'all set it up, for like, the process of a childbirth, right? Like the process of a baby being born, you know what I mean? And 9 months later, it's like, that's a set time, right? That's a set time. Like, it's a process, right?
Right.
The seed is in there, but then it's a process. And there's no way that he set it up like that, but it's not set up for your life like that. It's set up for your life like that as well. There's a set time when something is birthed in you, and the moment finds you, he finds you. You can't find it. You can't do it. You know what I mean? That's the fall of man, right? The fall of man, right? The fall of man is that, man's sinfulness is there's no way back. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way back to identity. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you could do. You can go out and try. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all you could do.
Yeah, that's all you do is go out and try.
That's all you could do is go out and try. Go out and make really good attempts at trying to find that moment.
Yes.
But that's all you can do. And once you tried everything, like once you tried this and you tried that, and once you tried doing it this way and once you done trying to seize the moment, that's when you'll be found. Mm-hmm. That's when you'll be found. You know what I'm saying? That's when you'll be found. So the moment finds you, he finds you, your purpose will find you. Destiny finds you. You don't choose. You don't choose. You can try, right? You try, and that's all you can do. But and one more thing before we go, the thing that I liked about just that Sonic example, and we talked about this though too, but forgot to mention it on air about like when he tried to do it himself, he was using his superpowers, right? But he was doing it kind of like he was doing it to help, but it was for the wrong reasons. He destroyed the whole city, using his powers or whatever. But it's like, but even from the David example, it's like, David used his superhuman ability, right? His purpose and talent within him, his anointing. He used that at the right time to destroy the enemy, right? So not to destroy like people, like or a city block. It's like, nah, we're not here to destroy our community. We want to build up our community, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all about using your superpowers in the right way. And the one who was truly found, you'll use everything. You'll use everything that the Most High gives you the right way. You know what I'm saying? The right way for the right reasons and for the right purposes, which is his purpose for your life. You know what I mean? So in time, at a set time, destiny finds and chooses you. Don't worry about that. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because at a set time he finds you. You know what I mean? That's good. But anyway, man, that's powerful. Ben, any last words you want to say?
I don't think so. Y'all. But yeah, that was just my last thing. Let Yah find your moment. He's gonna give you your moment when he signs it for you, when he sends it down to you. Just use that and just wait for it. Just wait for it. Don't try to find it, or don't try to go out and just do anything, and that's just being weak. Be strong and just wait. Be patient and just let it go.
Yeah, that's good. And listen, man, Born Leader, We Strong. This is CMP Radio. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. We love you. Chester City, what's good?
Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems. So dream on. Small city, big dreams, big dreams.